Well, hello there, and welcome to IVATOPIA'S Wrestling Domination, Ivan Reavers History. The game is known as Wrestling Revolution 3D, and of course you can buy it from Steam, as you can see from the link on the screen. Me, IVATOPIA, and my wife have nothing to do with this game, other than playing it sometimes and enjoying it. Hence this interview-like history series based on Ivan Reavers from IWD.
Well, we're back. I'm Reaver. This is my history. This is episode 43. I don't think I've mentioned episodes. Got one match coming up now, as you can see. And of course, Ruby Awesome's next to me. And of course, before she says it, this sexy, amazing, awesome Ruby. There, I've done it. There. Here I come with the sexy, amazing,
next time,
awesome,
with some
awesome, spectacular hammer. You want it at your local stores, people.
Why don't you introduce me the way you introduced that stupid hammer?
Because that's not stupid. Can't say the same about you, but that's beside the point. Ha!
Would you like me to give you $11,000, darling?
Nah, they want me to do the hammer thing again. They need to give me a lot more and a lot bigger than I was back then.
Would you like $100,000, darling?
That'd be quite nice.
So you can stop making fun of me.
If it's to stop making fun of you, I need a lot more than that. Anyway, the match is about to begin.
All you had to do was say that you wouldn't, and I would have given it to you.
Remember we set this up before? And Reaver, I'm sure you think you'll win this match, and I sure as hell know that I can. He's a great opponent. Unfortunately, he's passed now, so respect to him. So why don't you put your money where your mouth is and bet on 15,680? Says I kick your ass. Alright, I'm betting you 15,000. Haha, things just got interesting now. I can take your money as well as your dignity. 15,000 line, people. And obviously, you know, my bank account lost 25 in it, so that's a lot of money for me back then. A lot of money.
Hopefully you don't screw it up. Like
I said, all respect to him, he's one of the best wrestlers in the business. Unfortunately, he passed a few years after this, unfortunately. So did the guy who's out there with him. But remember when I first came to Maple Leaf, his partner's interfering. When I first came here, he challenged me, and this was the match. Obviously, as you can see with his partner interfering, it's some kind of setup, because he's trying to get 15 grand out of me. He also got to give him, he's very devious.
You didn't have to accept the bet, darling.
Yeah, but I knew how good I am, and 15,000, that's a lot of money for me back then. Like I said, I'm still up and coming, even though I'm a two-time world champion in Japan. In Maple Leaf, I haven't had a single title yet. Look at that, going after him, look at me, boom! He tried to roll away, and straight on him with that beautiful form. It's like an eagle flying for the air. Frog splash to the outside then. And then give him all credit, as I was on the ladder, he caught me, backdropped me, and look at him, two nice standing moonsaults by him. I told you he was an amazing athlete. He was an amazing technical wrestler. He was devious when he had to be. And I was just as devious back to him, so as you can see. Like, this is a classic in the making. I haven't watched this match for years. I don't think I ever watched it after we actually had it. So this is nice to watch this, to see how smooth we are with each other.
You won't be saying that if you lose, will you?
If I lose, I lost to an awesome wrestler. Because,
but
again...
you'd also lost $15,000.
Yeah, but that's nothing to me now. But back then, it was everything. So at the time, I probably would have been bad-mouthing like mad. Again, I expect him to lose his life a few years from now. Well, it gives me a bit more respect for him, knowing how good he was back then. And actually watching how good he is during this time period. He could have been someone, if that tragedy didn't happen, who could be in IWD today, give me a run for the top champions. Like I said, I'm an 8-time champion. He could have been up there about 5 or 6 at this point with me. What would have put him probably in second place for titles. I think Gary holds that, if I'm not mistaken. You're quite unique in the sense that you're the only one to ever hold the world title for us. So you only had it once, but that puts you in a very unique position. The only other person in such a unique position is me, being 8-time. Next, I think it's Gary, if I'm not mistaken.
But the thing about it is, you've obviously lost it that many times as well.
And if I'm not mistaken, aren't you a 2 or 3-time women's champ? So you've lost it that many times as well, if you're going to start getting involved technical?
Yes, but I'm not the one over here tooting my own horn.
I'm not tooting my horn, I'm stating history facts. And this is a history program about my career.
Saying how amazing you are.
Every time we do this program, you start off amazing, sexy, wonderful, spectacular,
That's
awesome,
because I am, darling.
See? You love tooting horns all the time. The bigger you can toot it, the better it is for you.
Oh, would you like me to toot yours?
Well, that's the whole point of you doing this.
You're
supposed to be asking.
Ruby
You're supposed
afterwards.
No. You're supposed to be. If you got to toot my horn, you're supposed to be getting me over how good I was back then. That's the whole point of this program. And you can see it with your eyes, even without you tooting it. Because when SupernovaTiffy was here, she used to ask good questions and she used to toot my horn just as much. Well, sorry, a hell lot more than you, because you don't toot it. You just toot your own horn. Just enjoy her tooting my horn all the time. Anyway, a beautiful spear, rolled that into a nice frog splash, standing one there to the crowd. Double fingers there.
You really want me to toot your own horn here and now, darling?
That's the point, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Toot, toot, baby.
That's not what I meant! Get off! Stop it! That is not what I meant. And you know it.
You said you wanted me to toot it.
As in praise how good I am. You should, oh, that's a spectacular move you just
Then
did.
come here.
No, that's not what I meant. Stop it. Like, oh, that was a beautiful frog splash. Let's see one as good as that. Or that's what they would great. That sort of thing by tooting horns. Not your deranged version. Anyway, there's a standing beautiful moonsault there by none other than OJ Goodman. Frog splash from me to him. See him wearing him down here. This is a really awesome match between us. But I'm getting the advantage here, as you can see. He got my hammer. Did you see that? I turned that to a beautiful over his head into a stunner from top rope. How often do you see something like that? That spectacular, that smooth, that awesome? You don't. Because I'm not wrestling right now. Yeah, and it says got my hammer over there. Said again, if you want to buy one. Hopefully he bought one after I didn't take mine. Almost. But again, there's 15 grand on the line here. Remember, the actual hammer deal was 11,000. So this is actually worth. This one match is worth more to me than the hammer deal.
Or they're both equal.
No, I got 11,000 for that. This, if I win this, I get 15,000.
Yes, and if you had neither, how much money would you have now?
Probably nothing, because you probably drained it like the succubus you are. Like you did to Gary, how you drained that company out of his hands.
I'm good at draining things.
Yeah, like I said, just to Gary on multiple occasions when it came to the company and other things. He snapped me, got me by him, unfortunately ref in the wrong position. So he couldn't really take advantage of it, but you see he's trying to go high here. But I'm on him, but he reversed it. Beautiful leg drop to my ankle. Again, actually my leg, the thing I'd surgically repaired twice to get back in the ring quicker. And so I can have mobility. And I go for a code breaker and I turn it to a nice lovely submission. Look, he tried to reverse and he reversed to choke me. I reversed him, as you can see. Look at this, back and forth. I thought we were so even with him. For a competition, this was an amazing match.
I still don't know who's going to win yet.
Of course it's going to be me.
Do you remember if you won or not?
No, I don't, but that's beside the point.
Then how do you know if it's going to be you, darling?
I'm wearing him down.
He's also wearing you down.
See that? I went for a code break, he reversed it and somehow tossed me on the top rope. So I said, he is good. Sorry, he was good. From behind, beautiful atomic drop. I don't think I realized that chair was there. It might have been maybe a bit more sense to actually backdropped him into it. But I went with the atomic drop there. But then I also saw him coming, so it's probably atomic drop pushing forward, stay away. It's between me and him, not you. So that's probably why I went for that. Now I see the camera angle better. So even back then, I'm doing super smart things.
Like that, darling?
No, that's just him being so good with that beautiful snap belly to belly.
That didn't seem like a super smart thing that you did.
It was by him, and a great reversal on his part. Well, did you see that? He screamed, he almost tapped, but then somehow he powered out and powerbombed me from that. Oh, he threw a pipe, see that in my gut? I wonder why my guts hurt so much in that match. He threw the pipe at my guts. The ref is beating the snot out of him, telling him to get out. But yeah, most wrestlers when I got that on him would have been out. You heard him scream, he was in pain, and somehow he powered through it and powerbombed me to get out of it. He's trying to get to the ropes there. He's close, is he going to make it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I released it because I must have realised he was going to get too close. See, Cobra made sure got between them to get him away from the ropes. Not even a one. Sorry, it was a one, not even two, I mean. It was close. It was very, very, very close.
It wasn't close.
It was close. I told you, he's a super tough opponent. And that he wouldn't like. Oh, he didn't. His family is famous for doing them sharpshooters, and that's what I incorporated into mine. I actually saw their family doing it, it's where I got it from. And he got very, as you see, very upset, and part of my French here, pissed off at me for doing that. That's why he threw the pipe in and attacked me then. Because that's our move. Like, I've been doing it since my day one, but I will admit, I saw his older brother do it once, and I thought that's an amazing move, and incorporate it into my stuff. His older brother is actually in this company at this time. You might see him during this little run at some point. So it'll be a dream of mine to face his older brother. I'm glad I got to face his younger brother, especially after what happened. Oh, look at that.
Have you faced his brother then?
Well, I don't want to do spoilers, so
You don't
have to
remember.
find out. You have to find out.
If it's a draw, then who wins?
Well, that's what people do. Some people look at you both lost, some people look at you both won. But either way, he hasn't beat you, so. Look at this. My shoulder's hurt a bit, but boom!
Did you just fall down?
I expected him to try and nip up, and I was going to smack him on the way down, and I misjudged. So I saw it in his eye, he was about to, but then he realised, and he reacted so quickly, and he actually countered me. There's a sharpshooter again. Again, they're family famous for that. Inside their dungeon. All of them went for their father's dungeon. Super famous in
You're
wrestling.
injured.
No, I just need to shake the cobwebs off a little bit there.
You're holding your back like you're injured.
Remember earlier he screamed like mad with that on, and he somehow fought through it with that vicious powerbomb. Vicious. That's incredible he pulled that off. Reverse choked me, but I got back in there. Look at them elbows.
His brother's behind the ref.
That's not his brother.
Or whoever he is, his friend.
No, he's part of their family, but through marriage. I think he's married to one of their sisters. To one of his sisters. They were a huge family. There's like 10 or 11 kids. And he married into the family.
Who wants that many? Ugh.
Look at that, look at that.
I
Look at them legs. Look, boom,
I don't even
boom,
like
boom.
the two I have.
Oh yeah, I know you found out with Zoe recently, because I thought you only didn't like Jess, but you have found out with Zoe too recently. Or at least in the last year, because that's not that
Should have
recent.
had another child. Maybe that one could have been the apple of my eye.
There's a you shouldn't blame never you being a bad mother, but beside the point. 2.
I'm
Pick up.
a wonderful, amazing mother, thank you. I thought I'm a quite awesome mom, if I don't say so myself.
Just because your name's awesome make you awesome. You see the ref was pinning him, do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
I took advantage, kicked him in the face. The ref tried to pin him. Don't know if you thought it was going to count. You got me in the ankle lock there. And see how he stepped on my leg then? Just to keep trying to they know about my hurt leg. Even though it's been surgery repaired, but obviously they can make it a lot worse and re-damage it. And of course, they're famous for the sharpshooter. That would really go for that leg. It's part of it, the lower back and the legs. So it would really hurt me. Well, he hasn't been able to lock it in once yet. I've locked my version in on him instead a few times, as you've already seen and noticed. Beautiful scoop slam there. I'm saying to the crowd it's over, so I'm dragging
2
him.
minutes left.
Hit him with my finisher in a sec. Oh, he's tried to reverse me. I turned him around. Boom! I wanted him a little further away from the ropes for that, though. Look at that nip up. I thought, well, if I can get him away from the ropes, got him in a dragon sleeper. I've got my back between it, but the ref said it's rope break. But to me, he wasn't in the ropes, but I guess the ref thought I was using them then when I wasn't. There he goes! There it is, a sharpshooter. But luckily for me, I was in the ropes there. That could have been devastating for me. Boom! Spear. Straight into a beautiful pin.
That he immediately kicked out of.
Doesn't matter, it's still a beautiful move. And again, I told you how good this guy was. You can see that in him. The grit, the technical ability, the technical fortitude. How deviant he was. How smart he was. I said this was an incredible classic. This was like instant classic when this happened. 2.
I don't think you're going to win, darling.
We're going to find out. I remember going like hell for leather against him.
I think
1,
it's going to be a
2,
count out.
3, 4, 5, 6. See, I should have won. Well, his partner got the ref. See, I should have won it. So even if I don't, I should have won. And the fans know I should have won it. I had it won then.
But you didn't.
Look. Come on, count. 1, 2. Ah.
If you don't pin soon.
Oh, monkey flipped me. Yeah, I think it's going to be a draw, but I should have won it. The ref got holded and stopped the count.
Yeah, it don't matter at this point.
Okay, number 1. I beat you as predicted, Ivan Reavers, so pay up. That was the easiest. 15,000. He didn't beat me, no. But I told you, he was devious. One thing you couldn't take away from him. And as everyone saw, I had him pinned. It wasn't because of him grabbing the ref. Look, I've risen 69% after in that match. Looking back on it, I respect him. Looking back on it, at the time, I was fuming at this point. Absolutely fuming. Says, look, my money went to 10,000. For some reason.
You paid him.
What?
You paid him.
But I didn't pay him directly. What happened was the company sided with him because his backstage politics, hence why he was devious and forced me to pay him or said you invalidate your contract. So I had to pay him. So even though he didn't beat me,
that fella's getting 10,000.
Even though he didn't beat me,
and he's getting 15, and he has creative.
Yeah, but again, they've been in business longer than me at this point. So that's why I said he was devious, and at that point in time, I was fuming at him. Yeah, I like hated him more than anybody. Looking back at it, I see how smart he was. But anyway, Ivan Reavers history. See you next time, Amy. Not Amy.
Amy.
Whoever you are, Ruby. Next time.
The
Bye.
amazing, sexy, wonderful Ruby.
Bye.
Bye.